The one where the pressure needs to be applied is specifically the Esports World Cup. I think for too long we've kind of like accepted that it's like, oh, you know, we have to do it. Why? I just cannot get my head around it. If a small game, a small niche game, can collectively get their shit together enough to actually make a change like that, I don't understand why it can't happen for Counter-Strike, or it can't
and a community
happen for Dota,
as well,
or it can't happen for League. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, players are in the community too, right?
Sure.
You know, it's easy to forget that. They're part of it. You know, as I said, I don't know what the equivalent of a map maker would be. You know, Valve in CS, they own the maps. In Dota, it's the map. Again, it's owned by Valve. In League of Legends, there isn't an independent map maker that can go, well, I'm not letting my map be, you know, they buy the maps to essentially use them as official maps. So it would have to be something like players. It would have to be players or staff. Essential staff refusing to attend. I mean, even if the coaches took a stand, the teams would still turn up, but we'd acknowledge there'd be diminished, there'd be an absence, you would talk about it.
Let's be real. If ESL production staff who didn't formerly work in Saudi Arabia said, hey, we're willing to continue to run the entire ESL circuit, but we're not doing EWC, this whole thing would collapse immediately.
Yeah.
They need them to do production. They need them.
Yep, absolutely. But, I mean, listen, if you do that, you know, it's food off your table, and not a lot of people have.
There's a lot of production jobs in the world, Richard. There's a lot.
Here's one. Look, I know I've referenced this previously.
Go out and
it might
get
just seem like a petty grievances, but I'll just throw this out there. The reason why I find the ESL one so egregious is I've told this story before. In 2019, I worked an ESL event where what they wanted before the event began was everyone who was talent had to sign an any key pledge where you had to promise that you would never say things that were sexist, racist, blah blah. All of the joke is, I did sign it because my logic goes, well, one of the things I say are those things. The joke that's a little bit disingenuous because they would maybe say they are, but in good faith, I could sign that document. Well, I will just say the idea I have to do that, like some mad Soviet struggle session, but then you as a company can turn around and go, you know, and then like, shut the fuck up. You know, actually, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, it's
because people don't know in Europe, Germans of that type of left-wing German are the equivalent of the really annoying Californian blue voter who just fucking annoys you and all that. So the idea they're going to do that over something that minor and then turn around and work with the Saudi Arabian state, like, because all the same people,
except with a way more annoying accent, of course.
Indeed.
But anyway, to move on to the next topic and wrap this one up, I do want to say, like, obviously, huge. Congratulations is the wrong word, but just huge kudos. Is that a wanky word that fits? I don't know. To them for doing this, and obviously we wish there was more communities like you in competitive gaming. And long may it continue. I unfortunately think you're going to get the bums rush next year. But until then, enjoy, because victories around this topic have been hard fought and barely won. So,
Look, the truth of the Saudi involvement is that it's going to peter out on its own because it's simply too expensive compared to the amount of sports washing they're receiving when you compare it to things like golf, right? So I think it's just going to be a bad investment over a long timeline.
I also had an idea. And I don't know if this would be of any value, but to all of the Geoguessr community, if you see this episode, which I sincerely hope you do, if you wanted to raise more awareness about this topic, I'm pretty sure with Geoguessr being the way it is, I would urge the map makers, let's make a map where it's basically, you know, we do all the countries that violate human rights all around the world, and you have to specifically guess which one it is in a game of Geoguessr, and I will host that event for free, and I will rustle up talent to come and work that event for free.
The worst places on
that
earth.
Event for free. And it has to be the Geoguessr Human Rights Violators Special Cup. And I will absolutely do that with you guys.
Incredible.
That is a genuine, serious offer. So
I love it.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.